Hello and welcome to another episode of Citadel Guard Adventures. This is Beriathan of the Citadel Guard of Gondor. We're back on the Rohirrim Worsted, and we technically can go now to the Beacon Hills and Ost Rimmon. But before we go there, I actually want to take advantage of the fact that dailies have reset so that we can get some extra XP. So we're gonna be doing these two dailies that we just got. On our way to Amon Dîn, we're gonna pick the wreak daily and Glánhar, the warband, and most likely also the spider daily. Not sure if we will be able to complete the spider daily, and I don't want to spend a lot of time doing that one, unlike the previous episode, because finding spiders can take some time, usually. But I do still want to get some extra XP before heading into the Beacon Hills, and when we're back in the Rohirrim camp, we're also gonna do tasks. I just wanna get some extra tax items as I fight some of these guys. So that we can also do a full set of tasks today. There we go. Oh, I just realized I forgot to pick the porridge from the cauldron, and I do need to do that before leaving the camp. So let us do that. Glánhar is up, and we'll eventually go back to her, as I don't think there is an easier way of climbing Amon Dîn than to sticking to the road, basically. Even though that means fighting through the entire enemy camp, basically, but I don't see another easier way of doing that. In any case, I still hope to be able to do this in a reasonable amount of time, so that this episode is not only a repeat of the last one, but that we can also advance on our journey and do some extra things as well. I hope we'll have time for all that. Enjoy your meal. A little rest and food is all I need, yeah, don't we all? I am famished. Maybe it's not much, this porridge, but it's what we got. So you better cherish it as we are on our way to the battlefield. And some of these men, this is the last meal for some of these men. Figuratively speaking, I don't know if we are gonna do this daily one more time after we finish with the Beacon Hills. That will depend of how much XP, if any, are we missing for level 105. Because there are also a few dailies on the Beacon Hills, and we can also take advantage of that if need be. Alright, the last Rohirrim soldier is actually by the task board, but I don't think we have enough task items to do the full 10 turn-ins of tasks. This quest is done. What do we have in here? We have enough task items for 8 of those. But I much rather go back there when I make sure that I can finish all 10. It's not a big deal. Also checking there my reputation with the Riders of Rohan. I think in the end, after I'm done with the Beacon Hills, I will still need to do some rep items to reach friend with the Riders and get the Master. But once again, I am waiting to see how much rep I can get on the Beacon Hills before I burn through my rep items, as I would love to not use any of those so that I can save them for housing items. But I don't think there will be enough reputation for me to hit friend. I hope to be wrong, but in case I'm not, and in case there is not enough XP, I will use my items if need be. So I thought these variacs were a daily. Or maybe I am confusing this for another daily in the Beacon Hills? Could be. It could be that's the case. And there is indeed a variac daily, but it might well be is not on this camp, but is on the Beacon Hills. I didn't actually remember there were variac in the Beacon Hills, and I was getting kind of worried, thinking like, do I need to farm that Slayer did with this camp only? That would suck. Hopefully, no, thankfully, that's not the case. And there should be plenty more variac on the Beacon Hills, so that this deed is not as difficult to finish. We're not doing that yet anyway, but it's still on my mind. Every time I come to a new area, I start scanning all possible locations to farm Slayer deeds for when I'm ready to do that. And the reason why I haven't yet is actually very simple. You know, the virtue cap is half of your level. So for example, now that we are level 103, our virtue cap is 56. So that means theoretically that when you reach level 130, your virtue cap should be 65. But what happened is, after a few updates, there were a few updates in which the level cap was not raised, but the virtue cap was raised. So at level 130, the virtue cap is 75. And I'm not exactly sure how that works, but from what I can see, you will unlock all those 10 extra ranks the moment you hit 130. So when that happens, instead of unlocking 1 rank per virtue, you will unlock 11. So that amounts to 55 ranks. If you're just trying to level your 5 main virtues, and that is a lot. So I'm actually waiting to complete all these missing deeds for when I'm 130, in case I can't get enough virtue XP to max out my core virtues by questing. That's basically the plan. That's what I understand of how the system works. And seems I'm right, once again, as far as I can tell. So I would also advise everyone to do just that. If you are leveling and not valoring an alt, because if you valor an alt, the virtue XP is not that big of an issue, but if you are leveling on your own, it would be better if you just focus on that and leave all those extra deeds and all that extra virtue XP for that time, for those 10 extra ranks, when you can make sure that all that virtue XP will go towards something that you actually want to use. And not just some random virtue picked by the game. I truly have still not understood how that works. When you cap a virtue, and all your other equipped virtues are capped, how does the game decide which other virtue will get the remaining XP? And so it's kinda annoying seeing sometimes that you get a lot of XP for a virtue that you don't plan on using ever. So, Warband, Ganglemot, there we go. Twisted Whips, we're gonna get as well. So, once again, in the case that we can find the spiders, but not the main focus right now. 42 marks. And little else. Kinda anticlimactic, but you can't ask anything else from a solo warband. Now, if you see any spiders or any wargs, we can also fight for the pelt daily. Like here. Here we have one spider, a warg, oh, cap allies once again. Just a bunch of Nervig, and that's barely useful at all for what we're trying to do. Over here. God, now what do I need to do to climb this mountain again? Oh, jeez. Another spider. Still seems kind of far-fetched to expect being able to complete this quest on our way to the beacon. This doesn't seem to be the place. Meet the road again. Only good thing actually is the ability of finding some more wargs and spiders, but God. Okay, some more spiders in here. Which is nice. There's another one in here. Who knows? We might be able to complete a spider quest. That would be really nice. Oh, Urdos, I don't want to fight, but this spider in here, I do. Awesome. I have defeated many spiders in Tower Druadan. We're halfway done with the works, which is good. Nice to have that quest in case we get another chance of fighting works in the future around this area. I'm not sure we will, but just in case. Something else I forgot to tell you, actually. You might remember that on the last episode, we tried to fight Krugu. We died. And since the rest circle in Anorien is so far away from where the warband is, I didn't go back there to fight Krugu. I did that off camera. It was bugging me, and the XP is always nice to have. But yeah, Krugu was also taken care of. Now we just gotta climb to the top of the beacon of Amon Dîn. From the looks of it, there seems to be some works on the limit between Tower Druadan and the Beacon Hills. So if need be, I expect we should be able to just look for the remaining works over there in case we really need to complete that quest. Hindsight, I think we should have probably just climbed to the top of the beacon before fighting Glánhar, but what can you do? What can we do? What's done is done. At least that way we were able to complete the spider daily, but I don't know how much time did this cost us. Glánhar is up once again. But this is actually what I was aiming for, and that was getting as close to level 104 as possible with the dailies available in these areas, so that we can then finish it up with the Beacon Hills. There we go. So with this, I think we can go back to down here. Let me see. Yeah, let us go back. It was a good idea grabbing that milestone in hindsight. Glad we did. Now at least we can we can get some extra time in completing all these quests. We're actually where we needed to be. Okay, and now we also have enough task items for our 10 tasks as well. Let's not forget that.
We ride for Gondor and for battle.
Alrighty. Back to the task board then. Ah, the Forge Master. We really should be talking to the Forge Master. Sorry. I lost the habit of doing that. As with Imbued Allies, we didn't really have the need of doing that. But now that we are leveling regular allies for the XP, let me go back to the Forge Master really quick.
Your aid is welcome, friend.
Light damage. I mean, I don't know why, but every time you're leveling a spare allies, they always get all the legacies you wanted. They turn out great. And those are allies that you don't plan on leveling or keeping, actually. It has always driven me crazy. Anyway, Elven, Swordsheds, Shattered Spears, Worn Furs. I think that's it. Mouldy Skins. I think I sold them. What a shame. Anyway. Let us continue. Mouldy Skins is not the one. Patience, Garliv, we're almost done with this. And okay, no, still have a couple more quests that we can do here. Cool. Task limit reached. And we're only 48,000 from hitting level 104. This is perfect. This should be what we needed. So, we already have some of the quests for the Beacon Hills. Let us get them back on the tracker, as there are quite a few. Look for Sithgar, defeat Work Riders, find the Tomb of Halifurian, and cover the Rohirrim tracks. Let us get to it. Looking great. Very excited for the prospect of this. All right, here we are at the Beacon Hills, almost. Okay, so we have officially crossed into the Beacon Hills. Oh, how long's it been since last time we heard this track? Awesome. I almost feel bad for engaging in combat and dropping some some combat music on top of that. There we go. Another crack. Here we have a daily as well. A daily that back in the day I was not able to complete on level because these guys on level hit really hard. But maybe today we won't have this kind of issues. But even still, they are very strong. Still no laughing matter. With maxed allies and everything. So imagine on level. And with on level allies as well. An elite raiding party of Uruk-hai wandered the Beacon Hills searching for the Rohirrim. Their tracking has taken them to the main road towards Tower Druadan, and soon they will be upon the Rohirrim Warsted if they are not dealt with swiftly. And of course we cannot have that. These guys are really strong. Black Arrow. I don't know if we can fight. We should be able to fight more than one of these guys, but not the hordes that we are used to soloing on our own. I think if anything we might be able to fight 2 or 3 of these guys at a time, at most. Especially because the war leader, which should be somewhere around here, that war leader is even stronger than these other guys. This is, yeah, a small fellowship quest, and with very good reason. There we go. Yeah. So, your level has changed to 1 of 4. Awesome. That's amazing. Okay, there are some horse tracks in here. Let us get those really quick. Use it, please. Thank you. Now, one warrior and one war leader. Okay, here you have the war leader. And as you see here, this guy is what really made this quest hard back in the day. The black arrows and the warriors you could do on your own. And if you played it safe, if you only fought them one by one, sure, that wasn't a big deal. But this guy hits like a truck. And I would say we were only able to defeat him thanks to our allies. But at least we did. And that's what matters. There we go. You have defeated the Uruk-hai raiding party and protected the Beacon Hills and the Rohirrim from their blades and arrows. Great. Now, there was, yeah, some tracks around here. Deed bestowed. Quests of the Beacon Hills. We need to complete 25 of them. Simple enough. You're just missing one more work rider. Let us see if we can find it before we enter Ost Rimmon. Yeah, there it is. Come over here, you. Return to the arena. Okay. So, in that case, let's make our way to Ost Rimmon and look for Sithgar there. And let me also check my pending bag. Loot. Ah, Maldi skins. There are some in here. Good. Alrighty. Yeah, perfect. This is it. Right, so here we are. Ost Rimmon. So let us pick the stable master.
How may I help you, friend?
Okay. That's one. Oh, here we have another task board, which is basically the same. But, well, here we go. And here we have Sithgar. What happened to you? What's wrong?
What a sorry lot I have drawn.
Old Goodflap sent you? Ha! Well, he was not wrong to be worried, and I must confess, I am in need of some help.
Others shall earn glory. I shall be stuck in the mud.
Fortune scowls on my very venture, Warden. I was given a horse half broken in, and now she has run off on me. Twice I have found her again, only to have her bolt off before I could lead her to the stables. Like as not, she has returned the hills west of the fort in view of the Entwash. But what use is going after her again? My Eodet has gone on without me and at a brisk pace at that. What hope have I of catching them? None. No hope at all. Don't be so pessimistic, Sithgar. Now, I do remember there are some people in this town, of course, but what I'm not sure about is what do you need to do and to unlock some of those quest lines? It seems just coming to the town and looking for someone to talk to should do the trick. Quite possibly, maybe. Oh, okay. This is the way up to Min-Rimmon, which is one of the beacons we need to find. There are 3 beacons on this map. Let us grab the first one now that we're here. Quite a long stair, this one. Discovered Min-Rimmon at last. It's a very huge beacon, a very tall beacon. And I still want to take a look. Absolutely. What do we have here? These guys have no names. But if you steal, great. And if we're able to come back here during daytime, I think it should be even better. There on the distance you can see Glánhar. He's also great. Ah, Erelas. God, we missed that one. But we'll get a chance of going to Erelas as part of our questing. So, I'm not gonna worry too much about that one right now. Erelas, Glánhar, and Caliphidian. There were actually 4 beacons on this map. This is the good part of climbing to the top of the beacons. You can get a clear view of the surrounding area, and all surrounding beacons are in range of your view, so you can make sure you have gotten them all, or you can check where you need to go. It's great. Whoa, jump on. Okay. So we got another Warden. Jarl Brachia. Okay, he's quite far from us right now, so not gonna bother about him right now. Who do we have here? Narvelon, Beacon Keeper.
Yes.
If only I had looked after the lights of Ost Rimmon as I did the beacons upon their heels. Glánhar wants our lights left burning at night now, but we shall go dark as a winking eye, as I left the supplies at the beacons. If you should venture out, Warden, will you visit the beacons and gather the flint and paraffin I left? There's no one else to do it, I'm afraid.
Aye.
If you should find yourself out amidst the mouth of the ambush, perhaps you might gather some Entskluck for me. It is of no great consequence, but the leaves of the plant work wonders for the aches of the old, such as myself and Lady Glánhar. I will find a way to thank you for your trouble if you did bring me some. Of course. So that is the first daily that you can grab here in Ost Rimmon, the Entwash Grains quest. Okay, and here we have Lady Glánhar, which is the Lady of the Beacon Hills. He bade me tell you, the Batman bade me tell you. Oh, but my beating heart. What is it?
Well met.
I can make neither head nor tail of what this tattered-tongued shepherd is trying to say. There is a bad man, it seems, and a message, and I can get no more. I wonder, is he speaking in the tongue of sheep or of men? Why don't you try and see if you can get anything out of him?
Aye?
A message the Batman bade me bear to Lady Glánhar. Only every time I think of what I've got to say to her, my heart quails and my tongue stumbles and rightful tumbles over itself. He takes a breath and continues. I was standing in the shade of a tree talking to one of my sheep, when I looked up and there they were, all about me, fearsome swords in hand, and then the Batman fixed me with his eye and spoke. He holds the lives of 3 sons of this place in his hand, he said, and for a sum of gold he might let them slip through his fingers. He bade the keeper of this place, Lady Glánhar he must have meant, to meet him upon the eastern slope of Calenhat above the river. I beg you, man, to say it to the lady here, for I cannot.
Well met.
Glánhar's shrewd eyes go wide. What? My 4 sons and husband went to war after the last beacon. Unless... But he holds only 3 sons? What can it then mean? Her face grows very sober. I see. If this ransomer said not my name but only the keeper of Ost Rimmon, then I shall play the prudent course and send another in my stead. Now, where is that blasted fool of Gondor? Hoping to weather my wrath, it seems. Will you find a rascal for me? He is skulking somewhere in Ost Rimmon, I am sure. What else do you need, lady?
Well met.
Okay, here we have the Variac Daily, it seems. Have you stood up? You stood upon our walls and looked out. I have, often. And in the last days I have seen scouts of the foe brazenly keeping watch. If they are so brazen, they may bring report that we are vulnerable to attack. If they attack us in force, we will surely fall. If only someone would go out there and give those scouts a lesson in humility and decorum. I feel sure they would think twice about venturing close enough to stare us in the eyes.
We will do what we can with what we have.
We know our enemies are out there beyond these walls. They have let themselves be seen, scouting, prowling, marching about. We know that their numbers are great indeed. What I fear is that they soon shall see that our numbers are so few. The able men have marched for war, and even our able women number few. We must make some display of arms, or else it will be plain as day. The light of day would be a welcome change, would it not? I have a plan, but I am beguard of able hands. Will you help me in this, Warden? We shall be making men of straw. You came from beyond these walls, so perhaps you can venture back out there and find me a good number of sticks and trampled grass. It grows long in some spots and the harvest there is easy. Okay. Find Gondor? Oh my god, I need to look for him on my own. And I have no idea where Gondor is fighting. The quest rank seems to imply is somewhere here to the south. Oh, there's a... Oh, take a look. Who do we have in here? Beriathan, son of Balgig, Ulf, and Hutha.
Our success depends upon our strength. Will you aid us?
Beriathan? Can it be? In such dark times, I wasn't sure our paths would cross again. I am sorry for the manner of our parting. We knew not how to move forward for what seemed like days after the Battle of the Herrenberg. Our Warden and my dear friend Leofdak was laying in the fighting just before dawn. If only he had seen what we had, the ride of the wizard and the force that marched forth to harry our foes. Such things cannot be believed if one had not been there at the battle's ending. Time to rest has been a rare gift as of late, but our foes have laid traps for our riders, and even now we're working to disarm them before any more of our steeds come to harm. Out beyond the gates of Ost Rimmon, they have laid jagged caltrops along the roadway. If you aid the others in removing them, we shall be able to resume our journey unhindered. I'll be more than happy to lend you a hand, Beriathan, Ulf, Hutha. I'm so glad to see you all. It's a shame about poor Leofdak, for sure. And I hope we can make some justice in his name. Especially because Leofdak was... I will not say the most tragic of all these characters, but certainly the most relatable in the way that he had fallen from grace due to a past mistake. His daughter was ashamed of him, for God's sake, but you saw how he was trying to get better, to clear his name, to make his daughter proud, and then he just dies at the Hermberg. Because, well, as far as I remember, is he the only one that has a family? I think Beriathan has a wife and a son, but we have not met them, and he didn't talk much about them either. And Hutha I don't remember, but Leofdak was the more relatable for me, always has.
This is a fine predicament I've got myself into.
Ah, you found me. Wait a moment. Who are you? No matter, you have clearly come from beyond these walls, and this bodes doubly ill for me. First, because if you came from out there, then Lady Glánhar will deem it safe enough to send me out there. And second, because she has surely sent you here to summon me for just that cause. Unless she merely wishes to whip me another 30 lashes of her tongue. Oh, I deserve the lashings well enough, but even a guilty hound will hide his snout from his mistress' wrath. Well, there is no escaping it. Let us go and hear my lady's command. Let us go, yes indeed, and hear what she has to say. And see if we can shed some light into this mystery. Now that I realize, how long has this fishing skill been sitting in here? Let's get this back. Okay.
We have little light. We must make our own. We have little hope. We must make that too.
There you are. Gondor, you craven rascal, listen to me. I have received grim tidings that my sons and perhaps your lord never reached Minas Tirith, but were waylaid by some enemy captain or highwayman on the way. As you should rightfully have been with them, I am sending you to trade with the ransomer. Warden, I ask this of you. Go with Gondor and keep him safe. He has much to answer for, but I deem a foolish death to be insufficient punishment and a general waste of penance. I have no one more capable of keeping him safe. I am afraid and must rely on you. Okay, so as you've seen, we have received many things to do. We have many things to do in the Beacon Hills. But time has run out for today, so this will be the end of today's episode. Once again, thank you so much for watching this episode of Citadel Guard Adventures. I hope you enjoyed, and I hope to see you on the next one. Until then, my friends, stay safe, take care, good luck to you all, and I will see you later.